Ayo, Shalom.
You ever fight for your life while you sitting in the court, putting niggas on the pavement, play the turf like it's a sport? Real eyes see the light in the midst of the darkest tribulations, back the soul and make a young nigga heartless, set us war. Took an L to the devil, but I'm even in the score. Can't afford to keep my bed or keep no company with whores. Game time, I don't wanna see my name shine. You can readjust your views, don't try to change mine. I'm still here when my best friends became my enemies, and my brother in the faith became kin to me. We know that paradise and hell really a condition while we melt in the flame refined. We on the mission, high exalted. You know we've been trained for the war. We can't double back with us. Once you go and hit the door, pain. Lord knows we don't play here. If you don't got love for brothers, then niggas stay there.
My name, try to stand and figure it out, but could ignore my pain. Help a nigga out, but understand that rain. A nigga out for real, but I can't get it. My feelings now, gotta stay in my lane. Try to stand and figure it out, but can't ignore my pain. Help a nigga out, but understand that rain. A nigga's proud for real, but I can't get it. My feelings now.
They gon' laugh at you while they strike and shake your hand. The Father gave us pain cause he knows it make a man. We got next, you heard me, I said we got next. We never boast in ourselves, but in the Father we flex. I said you could choose to die or you could choose to live. Stand tall, even if that means that you could lose a rib. We leave it all on the altar while we pray and face the east. Cause a man that hold the word and persevere, that's a priest, fuck the feet. If they can't hearken, then dust your feet. The earth will be given into the hand of the meek, to the evil beast. No, we won't never ever bow down. The workman rightly dividing, can't put the plow down. We suffer now, God willing we the elect. In a world where somehow good men fall under rejects. Don't take a lot of shit to heart cause we carry precepts. Don't take a lot of shit to heart cause we carry precepts.
Gotta stay in my lane, try to stand and figure it out, but can't ignore my pain. Help a nigga out, but understand that rain. A nigga out for real, but I can't get it. My feelings now, gotta stay in my lane. Try to stand and figure it out, but can't ignore my pain. Help a nigga out, but understand that rain. A nigga's proud for real, but I can't get it. My feelings now.
Yeah. My spirit bear witness, all I see is the truth. Who else gonna believe you ain't believing in you? Faith is a root, obedience is the fruit. All we can do is just pray, cause it's hell down here. In the belly of the beast, and I'm so sincere. Dwelling with my brothers, all I found was hope. Them God's people that you hung on rope. Humble what we had, we was raised up hope. Every soul gon' live, cause this life is short. Can't commune with you niggas unequally yoked. Now I search for your how of love. Ain't no love like this. It's time's up. He going back to the bottomless pit. To a more galley, no galley to miss. We in them last days holding on with a grip. And if you look around, you can see he exists. You can see he exists. Yeah.
What you waiting on? Come back to the Father, start obeying. Meditating on His word all day long. Got my mind on the kingdom and His greatness, greatness. Time fading. What you waiting on? Come back to the Father, start obeying. Meditating on His word all day long. Got my mind on the kingdom and His greatness.
I'm that black rose that grew up out the concrete. Focus on the things in my reach, not beyond me. My old ways was catching mold. We them lost tribes, greater story never told. Gotta thaw it out when your heart on froze. Gotta watch and pray on days on end. Be vigilant, cause we gon' win. Keep pressing towards the mark till my eyes don't blink. With the salt of the earth, well seasoned with speech. I gotta reach the lost sheep. Yeah, the world for the meat. All this knowledge where your tongue. Watch how I bench press. And love more, offend less. It's word endless. Spreading truth is my interest. In YHWH, all things become new. Gotta love your brother, stick together like glue. Put my hope in the Lord, got the kingdom in my view.
Time fade, what you waiting on? Come back to the Father, start obeying. Meditating on His word all day long. Got my mind on the kingdom and His greatness, greatness. Time fade, what you waiting on? Come back to the Father, start obeying. Meditating on His word all day long. Got my mind on the kingdom and His greatness.
In God.
Yo, why the fuck y'all get so damn religious-fied lately?
Man, look, do I believe in God? Yeah, I guess I do. How else can you have the sun, the moon, and the stars and shit like that?
Sun, moon, stars, quasars, motherfuckers sound like they're wood checks. Ain't no God.
When will it stop?
Okay.
Another dead Jake from a cop. Another fiend came through the cop. Another deadlock. Another 8-ball in the sock. Another crime scene on Fox. How did this begin? I was so right just to sin. Hear all my thoughts through the pen. The sorrows of men. When you can't go see your kid. Got no food in the fridge. Is this what life is? Blowing out your pain through a cig. Behind all the bills in the crib. Searching for a light. But it's so dark at night. Walk through the blocks with a knife. Roaches and mice, locked up, never get a kite. Come to serve the Lord, better fight. Battle in your mind, hunger pains equate to a crime. Looking all around for a sign. Living in the time where you can't even trust your mom. Rumors of wars, drop bombs, needles, white lines. Christ be the only lifeline. Everything is all by the sign. Leave it all behind. If I shine, nigga, you shine. If I shine, nigga, you shine.
If I shine, nigga, you shine. If I shine, nigga, you shine. Deeply rooted, bearing fruits of the spirit. Lift my voice, hoping you gon' hear it. I'm in the spirit, you can't kill my vibes. I'm in the spirit, you can't kill my vibes. And if I fall, still I rise. And if I fall, still I rise. And if I fall, still I rise. And if I fall, still I rise.
And I can't question your mercy. That's above the wonders of the sky. And I know through what I've seen, without a doubt you are alive.
They say be careful of the angels you entertain unaware. Words out the book of life seem like the thunder here. Thankful for the time now, just to see another year. It's a different type of feeling when you see your brother cheer. Cause we been through the madness, we done seen each other's tears, Lord knows. Through the furnace of adversities, my enemies conspiring and dreaming of them hurting me. Enemies conspiring and dreaming of them hurting me. This is not the battle of flesh and blood. No one's seen the judgment. He ain't step up out the ark to check the flood. Sworn under an oath in the Most High's covenant. Live by the creed. All these prophets been my brothers since. Still I rise as the world is scorched. As they torture my ancestors, made of me poor. The last days on its way, so we gon' overcome. Only Christ could determine when a soldier's done, yeah.
Deeply rooted, bearing fruits of the spirit. Lift my voice, hoping you gon' hear it. I'm in the spirit, you can't kill my vibes. I'm in the spirit, you can't kill my vibes. And if I fall, still I rise. And if I fall, still I rise. And if I fall, still I rise. And if I fall, still I rise.
And I can't question your mercy. That's above the wonders of the sky. And I know through what I've seen, without a doubt you are alive.
Yeah.
Trying hard not to complicate these verses. Soul searching, know these demons out here lurking. Where's your purpose? Cut the grass, see the serpents, feel the curses. Know the devil out here working. Close the curtains. One thing is for certain, we all die one day, but does your soul live? And will he forgive? Only Lord knows this. Tell these clowns settle down, we around. Paint the town red for my ancestors' blood. From the bloodline of Judah, cause my ancestors was. Me and the general, souls identical. Gold flow spiritual, oh so lyrical. Really not your typical Joseph in the physical. Gabar from KC, Indians and Chiefs. Ride for my people, we the sons of Maccabees. Open up Pandora's box and had to take a peek. No faith without works, you gon' have to take a leap. We the lost sheep from Jerusalem, we weak. Got bros still asleep. I pray for the weak and build with the strong. Just talk to my cuz, he got a lot going on. I told him keep his head up, he just going through a storm. Our family's been torn apart by the drugs. Heart full of slugs, left its mark in the mud. I was the love, surrounded by the hate. Made it this far by faith, mercy, and grace. Yeah. Made it this far by faith, mercy, and grace.
Deeply rooted, bearing fruits of the spirit. Lift my voice, hoping you gon' hear it. I'm in the spirit, you can't kill my vibes. I'm in the spirit, you can't kill my vibes. And if I fall, still I rise. And if I fall, still I rise. And if I fall, still I rise. And if I fall, still I rise.
And I can't question your mercy. That's above the wonders of the sky. And I know through what I've seen, without a doubt you are alive.
Yeah. Yeah. When you see some light, that's a breakthrough. Concrete jungle, it's a damn zoo. Eyes wide, while they live on snooze. I hope in what you touch impact some souls. Picture perfect, nigga, like a centerfold. I'm all about my bread, that's the dinner roll. Do it on my lonely, you can send the word. I remember drinking until my speech was slurred. But karma is the bitch, you better treat it right. It's power in these thoughts, she gave me mic. But this your life, nigga roll the dice. Eviction notice, try not to notice. But through your ups and downs, trying to find your purpose. Girded in this truth, blocking evil forces. Good intentions, create your invention. No huddle, fourth and inches. Keep on trying, heart of a lion. Keep on climbing on your way to Zion. Highs and lows, no time to fold. Since the snotty nose, I've been kinda bold. Keep on trying, heart of a lion. Keep on climbing on my way to Zion. Highs and lows, no time to fold. Since the snotty nose, I've been kinda bold. You headed to them streets, trying to fill the void. Trying to box with God, trying to win our floor. All these traps, gotta count the joy. I lift my voice up like a trumpet though. Wash away these sins and these transgressions. Change your outlook, that's your only weapon. But we the black Jews, these is mental Jews. Trying to set a pace while they drive on cruise. Can't trust their actions, they intent is cruel. I'm from a sunny place where it's shady people. Erase your history and they say we equal. Do your all in this world, they make you feeble. Built these corporations, look how they treat you. Get up on your grind, I'm thinking ownership. I know your past mistakes equate to something better. He give visions to the blind, Helen Keller. Keep on trying, heart of a lion. Keep on climbing on your way to Zion. Highs and lows, no time to fold. Since the snotty nose, I've been kinda bold. Keep on trying, heart of a lion. Keep on climbing on my way to Zion. highs and lows, no time to fold. But since the snotty nose, I've been kinda bold.
Ya Baraka, Ya Baraka, Yahweh, Yahweh, Yashamaka, Yashamaka, Yahweh, 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 Panyawa al Yak, Panyawa al Yak, Yachanka, Yachanka, Yahweh, Yahweh, Yasha'ayah, Yasha'ayah, Panyawa al Yak, Panyawa al Yak, Wayasham, Wayasham, Laka Shalom, Laka Shalom, Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shah, Yahweh Shah, Barak Rapah, Barak Rapah, Yahweh, Yahweh, Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shah, Yahweh Shah, Barak Rapah, Barak Rapah, YASHARAHLA, YASHARAHLA.
Shalom, shalom, everybody.
Shalom. Shalom.
Before we start, I just want to state something. Being a teacher is, it's pressure. It's gifted to you from the Most High. It's a high responsibility. You have to be studious. You have to be diligent. You have to be aware. You have to be accurate, and you have the responsibility of edifying and educating the Lord's flock. And every man who's been gifted with the gift of teaching, who comes up here, they're spending countless hours studying, going over material, praying, you know what I'm saying, being in the spirit with the Most High, communicating with the Most High to prepare lessons for you all and brothers and sisters. And that takes a lot of time, that takes a lot of sacrifice. And a lot of times, when we do go into lessons, it's received, but it's not applied. I don't know how many times Kaz, Barak, Shai went over different lessons, myself, Panah, Gabar, and, brothers and sisters saying, oh, powerful lesson. We're not doing it up here to try to impress or try to be powerful or try to be famous or nothing like that. The whole point behind us teaching and edifying is to get you for you to be educated and for you to become a new person. You know what I'm saying? Through what you know, whether that be exercise, whether that be diet and health, whether that be through psychology, whether that be through history. You whether that be through prophecy and just understanding the spirit and the fundamentals of the spirit. A lot of times, Shai will come up here and talk about psychology. How many people on the chat, or how many people in this room uses and applies that information? He's going over these. I'm just giving you an example. He's going over these things. We have countless conversations on what psychology did to me and his life, because we applied it. So we know the proof is in the pudding. We understand something that he's bringing out, even cats for that matter. When we just have deep conversations on the scriptures and things of that nature, we understand these things. We're applying them ourselves. So when we come and we teach these things, even Barak, myself and Barak, we talk about exercise and all different types of things. We apply these things and we see them working and benefiting for our lives. So we don't just come up here and teach and, that's it. These things are expected to go over, study, and apply it in your life, because at the end of the day, we love our people, we love our nation, and that's what we really what we're doing this for. So I just wanted to start that off with that. You know what I'm saying, Con? Today's lesson is called, I don't even know the name of the lesson because Apayat came up with the name. I think it's called Holistic Habits. It was going to be called something else, but because you have to be extremely qualified in what we're about to go over. I'm not an expert or a master healer. I understand a lot when it comes to healing and things of that nature, anatomy and physiology, biochemistry, things of that nature. But for you to say, the lesson was something like healing the ailments, like there's an art to healing, number one. And there's so many things that go into healing. But hopefully by the end of this lesson, you guys can understand really and take away the simplicity of healing and, what it takes to, bring your body from one place to another. So a lot of times, a lot of people compartmentalize, how we got to this system as far as the medical field being fake, right? So I'm going to make it very much so simple for everybody. Because some people say it's the pharmaceutical company, it's this. No, I went over this before. You have the Rockefellers, you have the Carnegies, you have, this is a couple, anybody could shout out any other names who y'all know too, but like you have the Bilderbergs, you have all these other people who are the 1%, right? You have the 1%. They came together, mind you, when there was no medical system, there was no schools to teach medicine. There was no pharmaceutical companies at this time. So follow me, right? They came up with a beautiful, you have to really applaud them because they did one hell of a job. They came up with a beautiful diabolical system to destroy the lives of people. They came up with the AMA, which is the American Medical Association, right? They came up with universities in order to teach people who want to get their license and their doctorates to practice medicine. So you have these people with money funding these universities, and it's a requirement. You can't go any other direction to try to get licensed to practice medicine in America. So you have they came up with this, the school, the university, the hospitals, the pharmaceutical company, and these researchers. Everything that's research is backed by these universities. You have Rockefeller Library and all these other things. They control the information, the meds that come out, the way they practice medicine. They control all of that. And that was through the 1% of America. I believe it was in the 1950s and 1960s or 40s, some as early as that, when they came up with this diabolical plan, beautifully executed to this day. you have our people who are believe things that's coming from people wearing white coats and things of that nature, as opposed to the Lord and what the scriptures tell you about healing yourself. You know, so we're gonna get into it. There's a lot of information that's gonna be brought out today. I'm gonna really try to take it slow. I'm gonna be really trying to take. You know, you got to really get back into grade school and we're gonna go into biology and biochemistry and those type of things as well. But we're gonna try to make this simple as possible. You know, and any questions, just raise your hand. All right. So, does everybody understand how, first of all, how the medical industry, the pharmaceutical industry, all that came to be? Is that clear? So I have this book that I brought up a while ago. It's called Murder by Injection by Eustace Mullins. We're going to be going through some things in here. I don't know how to say his name, so I might be butchering his name, but Eustace. Thank you. Eustace Mullins. We're going to be going through some things and really showing you how, before we actually get in and deep dive into the lesson, we're going to show you how Esau is the devil by his fruits and his works, right? We're going to show you by his fruits and his works contained in the medical industry and things of that nature. So before we do that, let's get Job 9:24. Whoever got it to read.
It's the book of Job, chapter 9, verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
The earth is given into the hand of who?
The wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof.
So we understand in a multifaceted way how the earth has been given into the hand of the wicked. But today, since we're talking about healing and holistic habits, things of that nature, you're going to see just how wicked this devil is. And just, I gotta say, it's really genius too. It's genius on how well they planned and executed, our demise, so to speak. Really the thing that's keeping us alive is, the Most High, because He loves us. If it wasn't for the Most High, the chemicals and the poisons that this devil's using, and if we didn't have such strong bodies, we would be dead a long time ago. Right? Revelations 2:9. We're going to jump into this.
Book of Revelations, chapter 2, verse 9. I know thy works, and tribulation, and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews.
You know the what?
The blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan.
What are they?
The synagogue of Satan.
So, yet again, you could use that precept, those two precepts that I just went into, for a multitude of different things. But right now, I'm going to show you how they're the synagogue of Satan through their works. I'm going to show you how the earth has been given into the hands of the wicked through their works in the medical field, and the things that they've been doing on a detailed level that's been harming your body for years, and your parents and your grandparents for years, for decades, for centuries at this point, right? Or for century. So trying to read over. So we're gonna get Murder by Injection, page 202, just the thing that's highlighted. It's gonna make y'all laugh, or it made me laugh because of all the things that's in our food. Just please read it slow, because people be trying to say, yeah, FDA approved, and it, organic this, organic that. Let's get everybody a taste of really what's going on inside their foods.
This is Murder by Injection, page 202. Jim Sibinson estimated that the average American ingests some 9 pounds of chemicals in foodstuffs each year.
So 9 pounds in chemicals in foodstuff each year, right? So that's about a newborn baby every year that you ingest. And if you're not cleansing and detoxing your body, that's only building up. So now it's 18. Now it's 27. Now it's what's after that? 36, right? 36 pounds. You're not cleansing yourself. So that's metals. That's all these things. Now, what about parasites that's in your body? Added to that, right? Now you're wondering about your mood. Now you're groggy. Now your mind is messed up. You're having fog in your mind. Now you can't think properly, right? Now women is having fibrosis and inflammation in their genital areas, and now they can't, perform when it comes to reproductive health. And men too. Men are having erectile dysfunction at earlier and earlier ages. We have to take these things much, much more serious. How many times have we went over from articles to different classes that brothers taught about things that's in our food? We need to write these things down, man. And I'm going to give everybody solutions to these things, right? Go ahead and let everybody know the type of things that's in our food. You said 9 pounds each year you ingest in chemicals. 9 pounds. That's a newborn baby.
Meaning, chemicals so toxic that a fraction of an ounce can cause serious illness or death.
So it says a fraction of an ounce. This is what, 16, right? So it's a little bit over. This bottle of water is a little bit over an ounce, right? It said a fraction of an ounce can kill you, but yet you have 9 pounds in your system. Wondering why you get cancer, wondering why you have autoimmune diseases like lupus, wondering why you have arthritis, wondering why you have a sclerosis of the liver. All these things, inflammation, all up and down through your body. You're wondering why you have all these things, and the answers is in the scriptures. The Lord keeps trying to tell you everything is here, everything is in the book, but we keep ignoring it. We keep going to the doctors. The doctors don't want to heal you. They don't want to cure you. We have to stop doing the same thing, expecting a different result. That's the definition of insanity. When the information is here, when the research is given, when the facts are proven, it's time for you to take and change your life. Right? Go ahead.
These chemicals are put into our food chain as additives.
As additives. So when you read labels and it says additives, go ahead.
Preservatives.
Preservatives. Right? So he said a fraction of an ounce. So they hide it under these names. Additives, preservatives. Go ahead.
Dyes.
Dyes. That's really dyes. Like I remember the last time I had Cap'n Crunch and my poop, it turned green and blue. Yeah. I said, yo, the dyes in this is nuts. I stopped eating that completely. Go ahead.
That's why I stopped eating cereal completely. Because my favorite cereal used to be Fruity Pebbles. And each time I used the bathroom, it ran right through different colors. I haven't eaten cereal in years.
Bleaches.
So flour, right? Self-rising flour usually has bleach in it. Right? Go ahead.
Emulsifiers.
Go ahead. Emulsifiers. Go ahead.
Antioxidants.
Ooh, antioxidants. They even hide it under quote unquote Well, things that's good for you, antioxidants, but really you can't trust their antioxidants. It'll say, you'll see something in Stop and Shop or in Whole Foods, a pomegranate juice that says high antioxidants. It has chemicals in it that can kill you. These are the things that they hiding behind. Go ahead. Flavors. When they say natural flavors, artificial flavors, other natural flavors, you thinking that you're doing good. You say, yeah, it's all natural. I got my pear juice. I got the nectar, the mango. Remember this? You got the nectar, and it'll say under it, it'll say artificial flavors and natural flavors. Yeah, it was nectar. It was 100% nectar until they splashed that in there. Now you're drinking 90% nectar, 10% chemicals. It's a beautiful diabolical plan. This is what the devil does, man. Go ahead. Buffers, go ahead.
Noxious sprays, man. Right? Those are things, Febreze, bug killers, all these types of things. Noxious sprays. Right? Go ahead. Acidifiers.
Go ahead,
Alkalizers.
Read that again.
Alkalizers.
What does that sound like? Alkaline.
Things that kill off alkaline.
Right? Alkalizers. Things that
disrupt the alkaline.
No, like that like alkalizer is something that brings out, like fertilizer. It brings the alkaline into the fruition, basically. Right? But that's artificial. There's chemicals in those alkalizers. Right? Go ahead. We can't trust nothing from this devil. Go ahead.
Deodorants.
That's a good one. People wearing some Dove, some Under Armour, all of that. Got metals in it. Suave, right? Suave, Degree, all these things. Got straight metal. Go ahead.
I use the baking soda deodorant. Is that good?
Yeah, baking soda is good for you, but it dyes your hair. That's the only thing. Naturally.
Yeah, but that's all they.
No, it's good.
Yeah,
it's good though. It dyes your hair naturally, but the thing is, all these metals is in your body. You're not doing metal detoxes. You're not doing detoxes and things of that nature. And I just want to say something too. Like sometimes people will say, "Oh, you got to find the root cause," right? The root cause isn't just one food or a couple of foods that inflame your body or that's throwing your body off or you weight gaining. The reality is, after you start leaving your early 20s, get into your late 20s and into your 30s, right? Your body starts changing. Right? Your body starts changing. This is the real reality. And I remember Elder Dewar in this past Passover lesson, he was talking about, for your character and trying to be in the spirit, brothers be falling to the flesh and trying to play 50-50, in this walk, but try to make it more of an 80-20. But a lot of times people, when they think about that, they leave or just compartmentalize just the spirit. No, it's your whole life. And what's included in your life is the things that you intake and things that you ingest. It's your food. You also got to commit to not just changing your life and your spirit and dealing with yourself on a psychological, spiritual, and emotional and mental aspect, but it's also on a diet and nutritious aspect as well. You trying to do one thing, but then sneak your snacks in, sneak the things, sneak your cakes in, sneak your cookies in, sneak all these things that it's not good for you. Your mac and cheese, you're eating it every Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Your collard greens, all of these things that's high in salt, all these things is killing your body. It's killing your body. On top of the things that you're already ingesting that's not good for you. The air, the water, plastics. It's disrupting your body. You have to come to the realization that I'm getting older. In order to promote life, in order to promote energy, I have to change my diet completely. It's your flesh telling you, yeah, it's just bread, or yeah, it's just pasta. No, you got to find different ways. Give it up. Give it up. Try lentil pasta. They make that out of 100% beans, lentils. You know what I'm saying? You might have to use an alternative, but you have to get rid of it altogether completely. Just like if you're facing a sin, you got to get rid of that sin because that's weighing down your spirit and that's not making you the man or the woman that you're supposed to be. It's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? The root cause is not always, oh yeah, bread is killing me. Oh yeah, meat. No. Your body, if you're not taking care of it, is deteriorating over time. As you get older, you need to commit to a new diet. But here's the thing. Hopefully after this class and understanding the fundamentals of healing and foods and things of that nature, you can play with it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You as long as you know what you feed your body to get your body going and your mind clear and actually where your real immune system is, then you can be like 80-20. You know what I'm saying? Maybe every 3-4 months you eating mac and cheese. You know what I'm saying? And maybe you having some ice cream from the farm or whatever. You know, you know how to play with it. You know what I'm saying? So that way your body is most of the time is getting what it needs in order for you to be vibrant. Con? Go ahead.
Moisteners.
Yeah, go ahead.
Anti-caking.
So those are your seasonings. Seasonings, though they say anti-caking and stuff like that.
And modified starches.
And modified starches. So he says a fraction of 16 ounces they're putting inside your foods under these hidden names. Poisonous to the body, and that can kill your body. And a lot of people ingest these type of things. And what do? I'm kind of jumping the gun, even we're gonna read it, but what do doctors try to do when people have cancer, tumors? What do they try to do? What's one of the things that they recommend? Huh? That's one thing.
Radiation.
Yeah. What else? Nah, we're gonna get into that though. Nah, they don't do that. What do they try to do if it's a tumor? What do they try to do? Surgery.
Yeah, surgery.
They try to remove it. I have a question for everybody. If somebody has cancer or tumor or benign cyst and you remove it, but they're continuing the same things that they do, they continue the same habits, what's the point of removing them?
Right.
It's gonna come back.
And stronger.
Right.
Back is better.
That's your medical industry. They try to give you a shortcut that's really not a shortcut. Whatever you cheat, my cousin used to always say cheaters don't prosper.
Right.
So always say that. Cheaters don't prosper in anything. In any sport, fighting, basketball, football, chef, whatever. They say what? If you be true to it, it be true to you. So if you try to cut corners when it comes to medicine and medical, it's not going to do what it's supposed to do for you. And something that Barack says I want to highlight is usually when you try to remove something from surgery, it comes back stronger if you don't break those habits, which means that you have to commit to a whole new diet, a whole new lifestyle. And people think that eating healthy is just hard work. You can have fun with that. You can have fun with it, man. There's many different ways you can eat healthy, man. You can make it taste good and all of that. Something that Shai said in his last lesson was, it's true. Like I remember there's these back to nature cookies, these peanut butter cookies. Peanut butter's bomb. Or these, the same thing, peanut butter or Oreo, back to nature cookies. And you know, as soon as it hits your palate, after you dip it in the milk and all of that, it tastes bomb, right? But when it hits your stomach, it's like, damn, yo, why did I put, you feel sluggish, groggy. You can feel, because I'm in tune with my body, you feel like, you can already feel your thoughts been getting clouded. But as soon as sometimes my rib, she'll make me a bomb salad with raspberries, blueberries, blackberries, apples, kale, avocado, eggs. Like, she'll go in, and as soon as that hits my stomach, I'm lively, energetic. My thoughts are flowing. I still feel like I'm in the spirit. Food has the ability to affect everything in your body.
That's true.
Everything, how you feel, how you think, all of that.
That's true.
Go ahead.
This is crazy how you bringing up this class, because I have brought this up. We know that during the Pesach we can't eat no leaven, which leaven comes from what's the word I'm trying to use for I can't think about it. Well, leaven has certain resin products inside of it, carbs, for example. This whole week I've been waking up every morning I've been waking up full of energy, because you don't have the feelings of the carbs inside your body. It's gonna make you feel sluggish. Like you're more active, you're more lively. You don't have those processed foods inside your system, because like this week is like a forced fast, I'll say. So you're eating much healthier, you're watching what you're eating, and you're just switching over your whole new diet. And it's crazy how you bring this out, because now that it's over, that does not mean you go back to that same diet. Right. Now you got to ease your way into, changing your diet up in a certain way to where your body's going to feel much cleaner and much healthier and much livelier.
Right.
Yeah, to add to that,
yep.
You're really on the lookout now for things that, it's not even just like you're really on the lookout now for things that, it's like you're more cautious of the things that you intake and eat, because it's not just the leaven, it's everything that pertains to it. Because usually what contains leaven has a bunch of other additives and ingredients inside of it.
That's a fact. That's a fact. I think the next page is 209. Oh, you didn't finish it?
Anti-caking and anti-foaming agents. Let's piss everybody off in here. Conditioners.
Conditioners that you use in your hair.
That's stupid.
Conditioners that you use in your hair is disrupting your body.
That will hurt.
Cures. But the thing is, it builds up over time. Like, my mother-in-law, beautiful spirited woman. She has this quote that old people say, the elders say, I'm just set in my ways. I'm just set in my ways. Like, she doesn't want to budge or change her diet at all. She had a tumor before they removed the tumor. And upon removing the tumor, she still ate a lot of pork. She ate a lot of chitlins. She ate ham. She was big on sweets. Then, she ended up having cervical cancer. She ended up having 3 strokes. And now she has to move around in a wheelchair. She can move a little bit. She's still practicing walking. But, she wasn't listening to my rib. And, that caused some stress on my rib too. Because when you know what you're talking about, you know what you're talking about. And they removed some of the cancer out of her cervical cancer. But all in all, she's still going back eating the same things. Still to this day. Still to this day. My pops, he had type 2 diabetes. He ended up having a stroke, and he has sclerosis of the liver. No, of the mind. I'm sorry. He has sclerosis in his brain, and he ended up having glaucoma in his eyes, and he would always fight me because I knew what I was talking about. I had bought him over $300 worth of supplements and things for him to take. I've written down a diet plan for him. He just always resorting back to the doctor. And when you have diabetes, sometimes your sores or your open wounds take longer to heal. And because he has cirrhosis of the brain, And diabetes, sometimes when he lays down in his bed, he'll have a wound. He can't even feel it, but it gets open and open and open. And he allowed them to do the procedure where they put swine's flesh inside the wound. And that pissed me off. But, you know, just seeing my father deteriorate, you know, it actually causes me some stress, you know, because my pops, me and my pops is real close. And it's something very simple. Certain things, instructions and diets that he could just change that will help him. You know what I'm saying? He don't want to help. He's so gung ho on what these devils created through the AMA and through this diabolical genius plan that they have through the medical industry. You know, he trusts in lab coats more than holistic. And the irony is he's from Haiti. Like, he was born in Haiti. He's seen people with his own eyes get healed. But he rather resort to, you know, the doctors, because he feels like the doctors will give him a better chance and a better outcome, when all they've been doing is killing my father. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm saying that to say, like, all these things break down and come to habits and what you put in your body, you know. And over time, like my pops, the one thing that he used to eat a lot is those, I don't know if anybody ever had those, it's hard caramel candies. It's bomb.
Those are my favorite.
Yeah. My pops, like, he would eat a lot of that, like a lot of little candies and things. And then over time, that's how he got his type 2 diabetes. But he never gave it up. You know what I'm saying? Now he really doesn't do too much, but he never gave those habits up when it was just a simple change in his diet and things that he could have been doing. You know what I'm saying? That led to that. You know, the same thing with my mother-in-law. A change in her habits would have made her just be able to be, you know, mobile. You know what I'm saying? Like, and now they're in a position where they're just withering away, you know, where they still have beautiful grandchildren that want to run around and get to know them and play with them and things of that nature. Scriptures tell you that the joy of a grandparent is what? Their grandchildren. Now they can't run around and do things with their grandchildren. You know, but those things, you know, they add up over time. Like I always say, when you're in your 20s, when you're in your late teens and your early 20s, you're invincible. You're invincible. Nothing affects you. Not one thing. Nothing affects you, yo. Nothing you eat affects you. Nothing. But it surely does creep up over time. You have to invest in yourself now, so that way later you'll be fine. And if you're already in your 40s and your 50s and things of that nature, well, you know what you got to do. You got to eliminate things. And it may be a little bit harder because you've been doing the same habits for a longer period of time. So cutting things off might not be as easy. Right? But we love a lot of things that that these chemicals are in. Little Debbie, she done made the hood. She made the hood love all her snacks. Yo. She was really the GOAT. Little Debbie, the Swiss rolls, the oatmeal, the oatmeal cream, the zebra paste.
They're all $1 on
the big burst. Yo, the honey buns. The honey buns? All you needed was a honey bun with a bag of chips and a big burst. It was good. Like, I'm telling you. What? With the like all these things, you know, these chips, Doritos, all of that. Before you knew all these things was in it. Everybody was smacking sweet chili Doritos or the spicy nachos or the nachos or the ranch or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Does anybody know them the candies, the footsies or the fruities? Them was smacking.
You know what's crazy? Planet Fitness, they used to put them up.
That's off.
All
these things.
Mondays or something like that?
Yeah.
All the pieces, like, come on.
The Skittles.
The tropical was mine. Come on. The tropical.
Sour Patch, they just got raised to a level 1 carcinogen. So it's the same
Fresh.
thing as cigarettes. And they got banned in a couple of states. I think it's starting to ban.
Sour Patches?
Sour Patches.
Got raised to carcinogen.
Sour Patches and Skittles. They got raised to carcinogen level 1. They're banning them in California now. And it's going to be countrywide.
Man, squad, that's crazy.
Honey bunches of oats.
The watermelon joints.
Honey bunches of oats. I used to smack honey bunches. All of that.
The watermelon sauce.
You know, even things that you think is good for you, like you got to make sure your rice is off. You know, some rices are plastic. So you gotta be mindful of what exactly you're ingesting in your body. You done reading that? No. We said curers,
Hydrolyzers, hydrogenators, drying agents, gases, extenders, thickeners,
sweeteners, all your sweeteners, yo. That's crazy. Maple syrup, you know they go right on pancakes. Shit. Aunt Jemima, everybody.
The high fructose corn syrup.
High fructose corn syrup.
Still smacks.
Matures, fortifiers, and other agents. Now I'm going to jump to page 209 of the book.
Look at the things that these devils hiding these chemicals in, man.
So I just pulled up the article. It said Sour Patch Kids, Starburst, Swedish Fish, Trolley Gummies are getting banned because of their inclusion of titanium dioxide and other additives.
Titanium dioxide that does not belong inside the body. What titanium dioxide does is slow down the cognitive functions, which is also carried inside of many of patented, distributed, I don't want to say the V word because we might get flagged, but needles to patients.
And then what's titanium?
Metal.
Literally the metal.
And where does metal like to go?
The brain.
Your brain. So then you get what? Alzheimer's and dementia. That's where Alzheimer's and dementia come from. It's in that book. And if you do research, you'll see it. People act like dementia comes with old age. No. It does not come with old age. There's a cause for every disease on the planet. Right?
So this is page 208 of the same book. It says, Dr. Mendelsohn points out that many groups cannot tolerate cow's milk.
Read that again.
Many groups cannot tolerate cow's milk.
Cow's milk, man. I'm going to tell you two differences. We're done with this, though. Go ahead.
Because of enzymatic deficiencies.
Right. And so there was an article like 3 to 5 years ago that was brought out how there was 30 different mucuses in processed milk. Now, there's local farms around here where you have to sign a waiver where you can actually get fresh cow milk. Fresh cow milk is different from what this person is talking about right now. You know what I'm saying? It has a lot of beneficial nutrients. Like, it has vitamin D in it, it has zinc in it, it has phosphate in it. And we're gonna go into why those things are essential. Like, a lot of times people be saying magnesium, zinc. We're gonna go into why it's so important to have these things in your body.
You can't find magnesium nowhere.
Right?
Not even in food. Not
Go ahead.
That's why you gotta intake it.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what foods have magnesium in it.
Some studies show that 75% of the world's people are lactose intolerant.
Are what?
are lactose intolerant and cannot digest cow's milk. Page 209. Even after the ban, Monsanto continued to make huge profits from the sale of DDT by exporting it to other countries. So Monsanto is to this particular paragraph. Monsanto, what they do is they spray Ready Roundup seed inside crops and farmlands, and whenever they want to take over a particular private-owned farm, they would stuff their seed inside of the private-owned farm, and agents would come and ask the private lands, "Why do you have our seed inside of your land? You can go to jail behind this." There's been dozens of cases that happened around the past few years, and they said either you go to jail and you bail yourself out and we'll continue the case and how we're going to charge you, or you can just buy your seed from us. And their seed is only to grow once and it doesn't reproduce itself. Seeds have the ability to multiply within themselves when you plant them. Their seed doesn't. So to speak to this paragraph, Ready Roundup particularly is also found in Eggo waffles, amongst other things.
Yeah, man.
So let's keep reading. Even after, so this is to the point of what I'm saying of Monsanto. They're a large company, just as much as many other pharmaceutical companies that play a part in destroying us from the inside out, right? So even after the ban, Monsanto continued to make huge profits from the sale of DDT, and DDT is an annual spraying built up enormous amounts of soil. Remember Ready Roundup. By exporting it to other countries. Another commonly used pesticide, chloridane, was found to be 4 times as toxic as DDT. Another substance which later banned was aramite, an acknowledged carcinogen used as a pesticide.
All these things that they was using inside your food as a pesticide. Now, we all, hopefully, everybody in here has common sense, right? Wouldn't you want the foods that insects and animals want as opposed to the foods that they don't want? Does that make sense? If they want it and if they're attached to it, that means it's something on that's good for you. If you see that it's cleared and you see there's dead insects and animals dead around these things, you're still ingesting that inside your body, that should tell you something. Right? Go ahead.
That was the end of this.
Oh yeah, nah, this no. 214 and 215. I think it's yeah, 214. The bottom of it. Yes, this up to this right here.
We're on page 214 now. It says 12 million pounds of cyclamates a year are now used in foodstuffs. This is mostly produced by Abbott Laboratories. A University of Wisconsin study in 1966 recommended that cyclamates be removed from all foodstuffs. It was found that the ingestion of cyclamates affected the eye's reaction to light. Cyclamates were also found to cause excess loss of potassium if a person was using one of the very common thiazide drugs for high blood pressure.
Potassium is also a mineral that you need that's essential for your body.
As millions of Americans do. It was also found that cyclamates interfered with the action of diabetic drugs, although the purpose of the widespread use was advertised to be a solution to the problem of diabetics, who would thereby consume less sugar. It also shows indications of causing bladder cancer.
So this is the thing. This is the devil. This is the fruit of his labor. This is why we got to get into these things before we actually dive into the meat of the lesson. Just want to show you.
In Midland, Michigan, Dow Chemical had to shut down 2,4,5-T plant because the workers were suffering from chloracne, a skin disease for which there is no known method of treatment. For years,
so they was in a lab producing food using a chemical that was intolerable to them and their skin, and they had to leave. And yet you're ingesting these foods. It's not just candies, right? There's certain things on processed meat. I told y'all the other day, I seen chicken the size of this chicken breast, the size of this notebook. It's crazy. That's nuts. Ain't no chicken should be that big. A breast of a chicken? There's something wrong with that. Go ahead.
For years, oranges has been guised up for public sale by coating them with biphenyl, the chemical which is used in the embalming process at mortuaries.
Wow.
Oranges are used with what's the name of the chemical again?
Biphenyl.
Which is used in embalming fluid.
Right.
Embalming fluid.
That's
is in orange. The oranges are bomb too.
How do you mix it?
Shit, that's what I'm saying. I'm cool on it.
And in oranges with seeds, it's also an astringent. We're going to talk about that. You have your astringents, you have your antioxidants, and your phytonutrients. Those are essential for the body.
One of the world's most widely consumed foodstuffs is pasta. Let's get you.
Hold on, let's go. Read that again.
One of the world's most widely consumed foodstuffs is pasta.
It's pasta. Hold on, let's get it. Let's get it. Go ahead.
The Italian word for paste.
For what?
The Italian word for paste.
It's a paste, man. You're not even eating real pasta.
I don't even eat pasta. Maybe if you're in New York.
Not even ruined it.
In fact, pasta or spaghetti is ground wheat, which is mixed with water to form a, that's kind of fire, to form a paste. In libraries, it is known as library paste. Millions of people eat this congealed paste every day. Macaroni, another common food, is dehydrated concentrated starch.
Hold on, dehydrated concentrated starch, so you're not getting anything from it.
The name of the book is called Murder by Injection.
You're not getting anything from it. You know what I'm saying? Brothers down south, hey, man. Just saying. Go ahead.
Milk is the most mucus-forming part of the average American diet. Drinking milk causes the system to become clogged, resulting in colds, which often develop into flu, asthma, or pneumonia.
So I need you to read that again, because a lot of people think these things is just weird, you know what I'm saying, or just out of the normal. I just got this and I can't help it. He's reading the root cause right now. I need you to please read this again, Baba Pasha, so that way people can understand where these things are truly coming from. The answers are right here. The answers are right here. Please, Shah, read that again.
Milk is the most mucus-forming part of the average American diet.
So you have a mucosis a system inside your body, right? And it's responsible for different functions in your body, right? A part of that, you have lymphs throughout your body. You have lymphs in the back of your eyes. You have lymphs underneath or close to your tonsils, down your body, right? And the lymph system, I'm jumping the gun, is actually your what system? Does anybody know? Your lymphatic system is actually what system?
It detects all inflammations.
So okay, I'll give you a clue. Is there really a such thing as an immune system? No, there's no such thing as an immune system.
Because if you start to get sick, you feel
your lymph nodes, right?
Get swollen.
So your lymphatic system mixed with your digestive system, because 70 to 80% of your immune system is in what you call, so in a small place in your small intestine. It's called the duodenum. It's called the duodenum. Right? It's in the duodenum. So you have about 38 trillion microbes within the duodenum. 38 trillion microbes. This is what? Good gut bacteria, right? And this is part of your immune system. What happens to a lot of people, brothers, even people who do cleanses, who are constantly still getting sick, is because we do not drain what system? What don't we drain? We do not drain the lymphatic system. Your lymphatic system takes the waste from the cells, takes the waste from the mucosa system, and it flushes it out. When you flush out your lymphatic system, everything is on point, it's strong again. So that way, everything that's processed through, the duodenum, when it gets into the lymphs and the lymphs get swollen and they're cleansed, your immune system is on point. It's in check. Is everybody understanding that? Understand that, or is that, am I going too fast? Or Con?
Drinking milk causes the system to be clogged, resulting in colds, which often develop into flu, asthma, or pneumonia. Some 75% of the world's
asthma or pneumonia. What do all of them have in common?
Respiratory issues.
Your respiratory issues. They're respiratory issues. And when you have phlegm, where do you get phlegm from? Your throat.
That's why you spit.
Right. Your immune system or your lungs are clogged. Right? Your lungs, they're clogged. And so what's an herb that everybody should know that helps with that is mullein. Mullein helps you get rid of asthma, helps you get rid of excess mucus in the lungs. Helps you get rid of if you make it the tea, when you have pneumonia, you'll see that you will spit out a lot of mucus.
Thyme also does it too.
Oregano oil and baking soda.
I'm going to get to that. Oregano oil is very extremely powerful.
Baking soda does that too.
Fire.
Try telling people.
Right.
You gargle baking soda right here for about a minute or two, and you spit it out, and you gargle it again. You drink some of it, you spit it out. You're gonna get all that mucus out. You're gonna be spitting it out all day.
Some 75% of the world's population is unable to digest cow's milk, a fact which has never been discouraged a single dairy company from advertising on television. Milk is good for you.
All them got milk commercials?
Put it in the pyramid.
Right.
They had all the superstars, all the athletes with the milk mustache.
Right. And that it really does make kids want to drink milk. 220.
Your bones.
You had something to say? Go ahead.
Just really quick on the topic of milk. When I went to the farm and got a gallon of it, me and my rep did research on it. Only 1% of the American population actually drink raw milk. 1%.
That's nuts. 1% of the American population don't drink fresh cow milk.
From what he said from that, they actually tell you that raw milk contains live bacteria, microbes, and enzymes that's actually healthy for your gut compared to pasteurized milk.
That's what I was trying to say.
Don't understand. Pasteurized milk means it's just been broken down and heated to the point where there's no longer nutrients.
There's nothing in it. There's absolutely nothing in the pasteurized milk.
Right.
But if you get fresh milk, it's loaded with zinc, it's loaded with vitamin D3, it's loaded with phosphate, it's loaded with all these things that are good for your body. 220.
Now on page 220. There are many available records of tests indicating the dangers of irradiated foods. Consumption of irradiated rice has been linked with the development of pituitary, thyroid, heart, and lung disturbances, and with the development of tumors.
Exactly. So irradiated rice, right? It contributes to thyroid, pituitary gland issues. It yields cancer. And a lot of people in our nation die from cancer, breast cancer, colon cancer.
Rice has a lot of arsenic in it.
We're dying from these things and these chemicals that the people, this devil is putting in the foods. He's doing a great job.
Right.
Go ahead. Is it on that?
No. Children and test animals fed irradiated wheat developed increased polyploidy, an abnormality of the chromosomes. That's it.
Exactly. They're messing with the DNA, so they got on a molecular level. They was able to get through shots, through food, through the air, to alter and mess with our bodies and brains and function on a molecular level. But guess what? Luke 10:19.
Yes, they tested on children. They tested on you.
The book of Luke, chapter 10, verse 19.
Read it slow, please, because I need everybody to understand this. Like, go ahead.
Behold, I give.
Who's talking?
Behold, I give unto you power.
First of all, YHWH says, I give unto you power. I give unto you. Every single man in here, every single sister and brother that's listening on YouTube right now, I give unto you power. What are we? What does our name mean? What does YASHARAHLA mean?
Power.
I give unto you power. Everything that this brother goes over with psychology, that's the spirit of the Lord through this brother who's inspired, answering somebody's prayer that's going over, that needs help with trauma in their life, that needs help with marital issues in their lives, that needs help being a better friend or a better brother. Exercising, like Barak went over. Walking, he never tried to persuade anybody to squat 4 or 5 like him. He said, yo, walking. He brought out the benefits of walking. How many people took heed to that and actually walked? How many brothers are pushing their ribs to just walk? Just walk. I gave you power. Got Kaz breaking down lessons. Got Elder Panah breaking down prophecy. So you're able to look ahead, and that adds diligence to your faith because you see what's to come. You have the foresight through an elder who the Lord is using to break down mysteries in the Bible so that way you understand what's to come next. And because you understand what's to come next, it makes you more faithful. I gave you power. You have brothers breaking down diet and nutrition because they're destroying us on a molecular level. And the Lord is inspiring brothers and teachers to go into all these things so that way you have a fighting chance. So that way nothing that they do as far as information, as far as exercise, as far as the air, as far as the metals that they put in your foods, as far as the things and the stress that they're trying to put on your household, nothing that they can do, read it.
Behold, I give unto you power to tread on serpents.
Just tread on what?
Serpents and scorpions.
Keep reading.
And over all the power of the enemy.
And over all the power of the enemy, so that what?
Nothing shall by any means hurt you.
So that nothing shall by any means hurt you, yo. But yet, we don't apply these things. And we allow the enemy to maneuver on us. We allow our households to be stripped away from us. We allow our marriages to do what? To get broken apart. We allow all these things that we're dealing with and these psychological issues and trauma to overtake us and continue to make excuses or to not address it, period. How many years, how many days you're going to let go by until you realize, damn, the Most High doesn't want me to be the same man that I was a month ago, a year ago. I'm afraid to deal with this anger. Lord, please help me. I'm afraid to deal with this lust issue. Please help me. Let me call a brother. Shamak's bringing out something on nutrition. Let me actually listen and write some things down. Because I don't think I got my whole body right. I may not want to say it, but I'm struggling with erectile dysfunction issues. My woman, it's hard for her to get aroused. She's dealing with hormonal issues. The Lord is answering our prayers, man. He gave us power so that nothing that the enemy is trying to do to us can hurt us. Khan? Sirach 38 and 4. Page 101 in the book. Here. You said what?
Sirach 38 and 14.
4, my fault. 38 and 4.
38 and 4.
38 and 4. So book of Sirach, chapter 38, verse 4. The Lord hath created medicines out of the earth.
What did he do?
Created medicines out of the earth.
So why are you going to the doctors? Why are you going to the doctors? If the Lord God himself created medicines out of the earth. And he said that he created the physician to heal. These physicians aren't healing. We're not putting two and two together. I just gave the example of my beautiful spirited mother-in-law and my father, and how they have these habits that they're not taking away, and how they keep putting their trust in these physicians of no value. The Lord is telling you himself he has medicines in the earth. We're going to get these medicines and what they do. Go ahead.
And he that is wise will not arbor them.
And he that is wise.
And he that is wise will not abhor them.
Will not hate them. He'll know how to keep his diet on track. He'll know what to do when he's feeling sick, when he has a flu, when he hears somebody has cancer or an ailment that's going on. We have brothers on the group chat that's talking about their mothers, their fathers, their sisters, their brothers who have ailments. Now, two things will hinder somebody from being healed. Two things. One, if somebody don't want to heal themselves, they gave up. Can't help nobody out. Don't want to help themselves. But the most important thing that you can never do nothing about, if the Lord is calling you home, there's nothing you'll be able to do to heal anything you have. It's for a specific purpose that the Lord is calling you home for, and hopefully all works out.
But the duality of that is the latter end effort on what you do and how you apply the execution before he calls you home. Remember the individuals at the right hand, the benefactor, right before they was being judged, where the man openly confessed his wrongs doing, and he dined with Christ that very same night. Keep that in mind. But
so we'll not abhor them, right? So I'm gonna read some examples of these doctors who actually risk their license, because anybody who goes, also in that book, anybody who goes against when you got your license and you got educated through their system, anybody who goes against it will either go missing. This is real. Like, I'm talking about go missing, and you'll have your license revoked.
There's a league. So in each particular field where Esau predominantly monopolizes and weaponizes his things against us, they have different leagues in each department. So for the scientists, they have also they play a hand too. How many of you guys are familiar with the Anti-Defamation League? So they pretty much have a hand in anything that is a whistleblower or so on and so forth. And to speak to what Shamak's saying, there was a brother, he looked, really like goofy in the sense of like he was charismatic. But there was a brother who, they tested a product. This was years ago. I should remember this from Woodside. There was a test in products where they used a specific chemical on frogs. And they found out atrazine. And they found out atrazine was making the frogs turn homosexual. And when he found out about this, he no longer wanted to partake in that particular study and practice. The scientists, who was his co-workers and everything else, they started threatening him and his family, to where it became a public, it became public news. So this actually happens, and some of them don't have that outlet to speak out against situations like these, because they end up missing, disappearing, or anything else under the sun that'll get rid of the information that is actually right, as opposed to pushing what they want as far as wrong. So this is very true. But to speak to what Shamak is saying on individuals who risk their license to bring about this information, this is page 101 of the same book, right? This is Dr. Muriel Shimkin of the National Institute of Health. These are one of the most predominant top agencies for information on health. Wrote in the Institute's official primer on cancer in 1973. A lot of these articles are of old, but they still stand today because they eventually in time revised them, because they didn't want you to find out the truth behind everything that they're pushing today. So they stuffed everything in books. Esau is a genius.
Shy, really quick before you read that, you guys remember what I taught on homosexuality? That's the same year that they declassified homosexuality as a mental disorder.
Yep. In the age of information, they pushed out, and they came up with that and this that I'm reading right now. So he wrote in the Institute's official primer on cancer in 1973 that treatment of cancer by diet alone is in the realm of quackery. Yet, the American Cancer Society, faced with a growing amount of evidence to the contrary, issued a special report in 1984 advising the following program. Number 1, avoid obesity. Number 2, cut down total fat intake to 30% of total calories. Number 3, eat more high fiber foods. Number 4, eat foods rich in vitamins A and C. Number 5, include cruciferous vegetables in a diet, greens, etc. Number 6, be moderate in the consumption of alcohol. Number 7, moderate consumption of salt-cured, smoked, and nitrate-cured foods.
Diet cures cancer. Diet cures cancer. That's what that was basically saying. Things to watch out for that ultimately heal cancer is diet. Right? And we just got in the scriptures, Sirach 38:4, that the medicines is in the earth, and a wise person won't avoid them. So we're talking about food here. We're talking about herbs here. Right? 119, page 119.
This is page 19, same book. His stimulation of cell oxidation treatment is by carefully planned diet, which cleanses the system. Yet, this proven treatment is still denounced today by the cancer profiteers as quackery. Koch tried to continue his work in Mexico and Brazil, but the FDA refused to abandon their pursuit. Your drug administration. Your drug administration. And by the way, this is also around the time where Blanton Winship and Franklin D. Roosevelt was president. Koch tried to continue his work in Mexico and Brazil, but the FDA refused to abandon their pursuit. He was prosecuted in 1942 and 1946. For information, the FDA finally obtained a permanent injunction against the Koch treatment in 1950. Several physicians who had successfully treated cancer with the Koch treatment were expelled from the medical society.
How do you spell his name?
KOCH. It was still allowable to kill a patient, but it was unforgivable to cure him. Another independent physician, Dr. Max Gerson, discovered that a vegetarian diet, a vegetarian diet with raw fruits and vegetables and no salt cured migraines and lupus.
Yo, did y'all just hear that? A vegetarian diet. Dude, does anybody know what autoimmune disease is? What is it? What happens in the body?
Attacks your body or attacks your immune system.
Right. It attacks the cells in your body. They fight, war, things happen. Lupus is an incurable disease. Can you please read that just one more time again?
Dr. Max Gerson discovered that a vegetarian diet.
That a vegetarian diet, just a vegetarian diet, does what?
With raw fruits and vegetables and no salt, cured migraines.
It cures migraines and lupus just by altering your diet.
He continued his studies until he found that detoxification of the body could cure cancer.
That what?
He continued his studies until he found that detoxification of the body could cure cancer.
And that's exactly what we need to be doing more of. We need to be cleaning and detoxing, cleansing and detoxing our body all the time. You know, now more than ever. They used to say you do a parasite cleanse every, 6 months. And now how things are going, I recommend every 4 months. Every 4 months, do a parasite cleanse. You know what I'm saying? Every 3 months, try to do a metal detox. Because they're only heightening things, only putting more in it, only putting more. And we in the beginning of the lesson, what do we go into? You ingest about a newborn baby 9 pounds of toxic chemicals every single year. Every single year. Chemicals that's stuck in your mind and your brain that could be leading to Alzheimer's and dementia. Chemicals that's stuck in your liver, in your systems that can't be flushed out or you haven't flushed out yet. That could be laying dormant. Could be contributing to colon cancer, kidney disease. We have to start changing and committing to a new diet. And also just have fun with it too. These things, food. It says what again in 38? It says that 38:4. The Lord hath created medicines out of the earth, and he that is wise will not abhor them. I just showed you the research that this doctor was saying when he said a vegetarian diet will cure migraines and lupus. My sister-in-law has lupus and has had it for at least 11 years. I forgot how old her daughter is, but 11 years. She still eats a lot of sugar. Sugar, refined sugar, is extremely bad for any dis-ease of the body. It only feeds the dis-ease. He said that he went through the research and vegetarian diet cures lupus. It's a mindset. Come? Don't worry. We're gonna get. We're getting it. We're getting it. Let me get Matthews 4:23 and Matt 10:1. Matthews 10:1. It's my notes.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 4, verse 23. And YHWH went about all Galilee, teaching in their synagogues and preaching the gospel of the kingdom and healing all manner of sickness. And healing all manner of sickness and all manner of disease among the people.
It says all manner of sickness, all manner of disease. And the Lord gave us power, right? To do what? To do the same thing. YHWH was doing it, preaching in the gospels and preaching the gospel in the synagogues and healing all manner of sickness and disease. What are you expected to do? Matthew 10:1.
Matthew chapter
Now we ain't on YHWH level. We just can't say, walk or things of that nature. There's a process for us. But nonetheless, we can definitely still heal all manner of disease and sicknesses through faith, through education, and through proper dieting and nutrition and exercise. We can do that. I don't care if it's 1%. I don't care if the doctors say you got 10%, 17%. If you're willing to heal yourself, it's possible. Go ahead.
Matthew chapter 10, verse 1. And when he had called unto him his 12 disciples, he gave them power against unclean spirits, to cast them out, and to heal all manner of sickness.
And to what?
And to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease.
To heal all manner of sickness and disease. Everybody in this room is capable of doing it. Now there's an art to healing. That's on another level. You have master healers in Israel. A lot of them are Benjamin. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them are like elders in Benjamin. But I definitely will play like towards the end of the lesson a Judite. You know what I'm saying? Who's definitely a master healer. You know what I'm saying? Who's healed everything from mental disease or mental disorders to STDs to cancers to tumor, anything you can think of, they've healed. In the worst stages, stage 4, stage this, stage that, they've healed all the things that they said is incurable. So
verse 8.
If you want to.
Verse 8. Heal the sick, cleanse the lepers, raise the dead, cast out devils. Freely you have received, freely give.
And so it's commanded to us to heal the sick. Sirach 37:30.
Book of Sirach, chapter 37, verse 30. For excess of the meats bringeth sickness.
So excess eating meat brings sickness. If you eat meat too much, you will get sick. You will. There's a balance. Our God, our power, our God, the Most High, He's a God of balance, man. Can't do too much of one thing. Can't eat too much, lamb and steaks and all these things. You can't eat too much of that chicken all the time. Nah, Give your body a break. Eat a damn salad. You know what I'm saying? And if you had a decent lunch, your body really ain't that hungry when it comes to dinner. Make yourself a fruit bowl. You're gonna be good. Like sometimes America be playing on our mind and the way we are hunger. You know, or make a protein shake. Take it behind the bed. You don't need to just keep eating stuff in your face. You know, when you eat too much, you know, of those things, then it will yield to sickness. It will, and that's being a gluttonous spirit. That's America. America eat 3 stacks of pancakes with French toast, eggs, waffles, and turkey bacon. All these things. Then for lunchtime, have a burger with some fries. You know what I'm saying? And a large shake, ice cream, a vanilla milkshake. Then for dinner, have some lasagna. Like, no. No, yo. Go ahead.
There's a, I don't know, it's a stigma attached to how much you can eat in one sitting too. Like that American way, right? It's like, oh, kids will get punished for not finishing their plate. Right. So that's detrimental, especially when it's high cholesterol, high salt, high unsaturated fat. So I wanted to bring out a scripture, but I was waiting for the right time.
Bring it up.
This is Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 1. And this is because we're spiritually in Sodom and Egypt, right? America is Sodom and Egypt. So it says, "Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin." So you're running around here doing the American way. You're running to Egypt, right? I'm gonna keep reading. This verse 2, it says that then they go down to Egypt and have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. So you were bringing out earlier how individuals are running to these doctors, right? And for the answers, instead of fixing their health with the natural things that the Most High has provided, the herbs, or for the healing, right? So, you know, their strength is in the American Medical Association, instead of the things that the Most High has provided, both physically and spiritually. They're relying on the American way.
Right. Thank you. Beautiful.
Yeah, and I think it's like almost like a mental disease where we think that we are exception to the rule. Like you can tell somebody, you can give them a warning, you can tell them this is going to happen, that's going to happen. Like you just get an example, you can see somebody. I've seen people smoking cigarettes with the oxygen tank. Like, you know what I mean? Somehow they think that they're not going to die from that thing. Like they don't. It's a rejection.
You're on the oxygen tank and you're smoking?
Yeah.
I've seen it.
Gone. And also, Shaquat said earlier about the autism. A lot of the autism that's coming on. Before I was driving trucks, I was a paraprofessional at Springfield Public School, and like not judging people, but a lot of things that I noticed just about all of their parents were weed smokers. You know what I mean? They did a documentary, and they were saying that a lot of that stuff comes from deformed sperm cells through smoking marijuana. You know what I mean? So a lot of this stuff, man, it's like a mental disease. We can hear it over and over, but if you don't really want it, then ain't nobody can force you to do it. Nobody can make you do it. You know what I mean? You just have to accept the information as it come out. You know what I mean? So, you know, they're exception to the rule. We all have the same, you know, made of the same thing. If one thing gonna cause cancer for one person, it's gonna cause cancer for you too. Right. It may take a little longer, but it's gonna happen. Yeah.
The same thing with the kids now. They're all the stuff that they eat is all dyes, which makes them susceptible to all this the hyperactivity and the ADHD and all that stuff. They can't focus, and the parents don't know why. But you're feeding them Takis every day.
That's a fact, though. Go ahead, finish that verse up.
Verse 30. For excess of meats bringeth sickness, and
it brings sickness. Right? Go ahead.
And surfeiting will turn into choler.
So surfeiting is a gluttonous spirit.
Right.
It's a gluttonous spirit, and choler, believe it or not, is irritability.
Yes.
You know, when anything brings forth sickness, you start doing what? You start getting miserable. You start getting irritable. When you have pain, you start getting irritable.
That's why I brought that out earlier concerning when you wake up in the morning, when you eat dinner like around 11 p.m., especially a big dinner, and what you're just bringing out too concerning eating certain foods, that's going to happen when you wake up the next morning. You're going to feel that pain. You're going to feel that uneasiness of your gut.
Right, and you start feeling like, that's you being a glutton and now going into choler. You have that irritability, that, man, you feel off, right? Job 13:4 and page 103. Everybody with me so far? Everybody in the chat with me so far? For the one in the group chat. I said the group chat. On YouTube.
It's the book of Job, chapter 13.
Hold on fast.
What's that too? Come on, Kwame. Oh, I thought it's a game.
All right, come on.
13, verse 4. But ye are forgers of lies, and ye are all physicians of no value.
Of what?
Of no value.
You have an issue inside you, or dis-ease, and they do nothing but prescribe you meds that's gonna make the 1% even richer, and you die even faster.
The whole system.
Right? Physicians of no values. Let's get some examples on this. That in page 103.
It's page 103. The National Cancer Institute at Bethesda into a new monolithic government bureaucracy. During the next 15 years, NCA will spend more than $10 billion funding various cancer programs, none of which have any effect in curing or preventing cancer.
$10 billion on research for cancer that doesn't have the intention to heal it. So what the hell are you giving $10 billion to fund research that's not going to do anything for cancer?
In 1955, the NCI had established a chemotherapy national service center with a $25 million grant to promote the use of chemotherapy.
Wow.
Damn. That $10 billion might be going towards them buying patents out for things that can cure cancer. Because you know how that goes. Anytime somebody comes up with a cure, they try to stifle it, put it in a closet so nobody can actually get it.
Patents go and payments and holdings, they get distributed and approved through Congress. So if they're putting money towards it, it'll probably go to the back end of the contract.
But the point is, right, even if they were doing that, right, it's of no use to the people that they're seeing. It's of no use to the patients. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're spending all this money on an actual issue that's affecting millions of people, but you're not doing nothing to cure them or aid them in their ailments. Right? Right. Go ahead.
That was it.
105.
Page 105. In 1948, Dr. Alex Brunswick, German, invented an operation called total exenteration.
Like, what are you? Go ahead.
Which called for the removal of the rectum.
Whoa.
Ooh.
Stomach, bladder, liver, ureter, all internal reproductive organs, the pelvic floor and wall, pancreas, spleen, colon, and many blood vessels. Dr. Brunswick himself called this hollowing out technique a brutal and cruel procedure.
And so this is what they was doing. They're gonna hollow you out when you have a disease.
Good.
That's a physician of no damn value.
That's just gonna. It's literally gonna cause disease without those.
Without those organs in play. He's removing organs out your body. Systems. 127.
Page 127. For a typical type of cancer, people who refuse treatment live an average of 12 and a half years.
Read that again.
For a typical type of cancer, people who refuse treatment live an average of 12 and a half years. Those who accepted surgery and other kinds of treatment lived an average of only 3 years.
Yo, so people who refuse treatment live longer than people who actually get treated for cancer. Physicians of no value.
Do you know when someone's at like a stage of cancer, they literally run these tests on them. What are they called? It's pretty much like practice. You're using your body for science. I forgot what the test is called.
Guinea pig.
No. It's almost like I gotta look it up.
Guinea pig.
I'll keep reading.
Yeah.
I attribute this to the traumatic effect of surgery on the body's natural defense mechanism. The body has a natural type of defense against every type of cancer.
Please read that again.
The body has a natural type of defense against every type of cancer.
Your body has a natural type of defense against every natural cancer. Is that a hit on that? We're about to get it. But we're going to get into it. We're segueing right now. I'm just trying to bring out this slow. Sirach 38 and 1. And then we're going to get, he's going to read to 2, but we're going to get page 143 and 211.
Sirach chapter 38, verse 1. Honor a physician with the honor due unto him for the uses which ye may have for him. For the Lord hath created him. For of the Most High cometh healing.
So from the Lord, from these master healers, cometh healing. You have Dr. Sabi who healed AIDS, who healed mental health disorders, who healed STDs, who healed cancer, colon cancer, all these types of things. And you have these master healers who are doing the same thing. And it's no coincidence that all these healers are from who? Israel. Ain't that funny? All these healers are from Israel. Do you know who Dr. Sabi learned from? An Issacharite. From Israel. And it just says from the read that last part again.
For of the Most High.
For of who?
The Most High cometh healing.
From the Most High cometh healing. Who better than to use than his own people? Right, go ahead. 143, page 143. Now we're about to start getting into some stuff, man.
In 1948, a Dr. Sandier, who was then serving as a nutritional expert at the U.S. Veterans Administration Hospital in Otay, North Carolina, became alarmed at the enormous amounts of heavily sugared drinks, candy, and other sweets which were being consumed by children during the hot summer months.
And listen to this very, very carefully. Candy and sugary drinks consumed by children. Cereals, all this stuff. Go ahead.
he conducted tests which led him to the conclusion that the children's consumption of sugar had a direct relation to the virulence of the polio outbreaks. He then issued an urgent warning.
So what was he saying? He's saying that sugar and all these sugary drinks was heightening the polio epidemic and outbreak. Listen to what he did. Go ahead.
He then issued an urgent warning to parents to ban consumption of any refined sugar product, particularly candy, soft drinks, and ice cream during the summer months. The result of Dr. Sandler's campaign was that the number of polio cases dropped in North Carolina 90% in a single year.
90% in a single year. Polio was basically eradicated by them changing their children's diets. The Most High made medicines out of the earth. Page 211.
Page 211. One San Francisco doctor published his findings after curing the most advanced cases of rheumatoid arthritis by banning all fruits, meats, wheat and dairy products, a rigorous regimen which those patients willing to abide by it found to produce total relief.
Total relief. He cured rheumatoid arthritis by changing the diet of those people who was willing. That's what you call a true physician. Let's get page 217.
Bracket.
Yeah.
Page 217. Recommendations for better nutrition include eating starches with fats or green vegetables, eating fruits alone, and seasoning with herbs. The effect of herbs is that they work electrically on the system. Meaning,
hold on, read that from the top again.
Recommendations for better nutrition include eating starches with fats or green vegetables, eating fruits alone.
So eating fruits alone, right? A lot of people, what's a common, what do you call it? Misconception is that sugar is bad for your body. Sugar, believe it or not, you need for your body.
Okay.
Your DNA structure consists of, your chromosomes consists of sugar and protein, right? So your chromosome has DNA wrapped around it. And this needs proteins or simple amino acids and sugars in order to do what it's supposed to do. The DNA breaks down to what? What's the name of DNA?
Deoxyribonucleic acid.
Deoxyribonucleic acid. And what is the job of DNA?
Send messages, add information.
That's a big component. It does send information.
It structures.
But what does it do? What does DNA do? If I give you a clue, I'll give y'all a clue. You have DNA that has information for your eyes, your nose, your lips, your organs, your feet, your hands. What does DNA do though?
Well, it deals with the makeup of your composition of like how it is you're created when you're born. Like the sperm and the egg both give 23 chromosomes to the child, so
right,
it's pretty much your makeup of what it is that you'll be.
So the job of DNA, right, is to.
I got the definition.
Now I'm simplifying it. It's to replicate itself. It's to literally copy itself, right? Now,
which shows that there cannot be a Big Bang.
But so he said fruits, right? Fruits. Does anybody know what sugars is in fruit? It's kind of in the name. Nah, fructose. Fructose is in fruits. Sugar, right, breaks down to carbon. Carbon is extremely important for your body. Carbon, right? A lot of people there's a misconception. What's melanin actually? It's carbon.
Right.
So essentially, literally, Pop was on something when he said the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. Because the more carbon you have in your system, the more sugar you have inside your system. He did it. He's in the spirit. You know what I'm saying? But that's true. That has a lot of truth to it, right? And your DNA, it thrives off of proteins, amino acids, and sugars, right? Now, this is extremely important. In what Shai was reading, the doctor, he found this out right here. This right here is exactly, I'm trying to simplify this because we could go into a bunch of articles and different things with different words, big words, explain all this. Nah, trying to make it simple. This, if you know this right here, you will be ahead when it comes to your diet. Because when you eat, you need to be thinking of how can I keep the flow of electricity in my body flowing from my head all the way down to my feet. When you eat breads, when you eat pancakes, when you eat waffles, when you eat processed lambs and steaks and stuff like that, when you eat those things, it builds up in acidity. Your body is already high in acidity because it breaks things down. So you're not helping your body when you're eating more things that produce acid. When it produces acid, you have things like Shai went over, candida. Candida, people think candida is bad for you, but you cannot literally live without candida. You can't live without candida. When acid goes up in your body, right? Guess what also comes up? Bacteria comes up to do what to the acid, anybody? To eat it. To eat it. Bacteria is good in your body because it's trying to eliminate acid.
Right.
When you eat electrical things, you don't even have to worry about acid or bacteria going up in your body. Now, you have these things in the middle of your DNA. Can anybody take a guess on what that is? Because it's extremely important. I'll give y'all a guess. We always talk about these things, but we never talk about it on a molecular level.
T-cells?
Nah.
Yeah.
It's actually, Kawan put it in the group chat the other day when he was talking about getting over his flu.
I have a PowerPoint over it. I sent it to you guys.
Mitochondria.
We always talk about it. Always. We don't talk about mitochondria.
That's in the cell.
So I can tell you what I did. That would give a clue. So,
what is it?
So to get over it, I was doing zinc.
Simple.
I was doing.
You was doing what?
I was doing zinc, magnesium, vitamin C. I was doing echinacea.
So look at this is exactly why this is extremely important. Minerals, right?
Adenine, thymine, guanine,
minerals. Guess what minerals are? minerals are a conduit. You are an electrical body. Inside is all electrical. Everything connects. Everything flows through electricity. Believe it or not, this is how powerful this is. Yeah. So we're electrical bodies, right? We have electrical bodies.
That's what we got ground.
Conduit. The conduit system runs through the middle of your DNA, yo. Magnesium, zinc, gold, potassium, phosphorus. Y'all it's not hitting y'all right now. Listen,
you saying it's in the strands?
It's what connects the strands together. That's why it's so important. When it's missing from your diet, right? Which brings me into my next thing. You have something called telomers.
Yes.
On the ends of your chromosomes.
Oh, that's powerful.
Right? You have something called, it's like a shoelace, right? What happens if your shoelace, if the caps of your shoelace come undone, it comes off, your shoelace will start unraveling. That used to happen to me when I used to run certain shoes into the dirt when I was playing as a kid. Right? So the DNA, if these come off, right? If these deteriorate, the DNA will start to unravel.
Right.
This is bad news. You're not getting enough of this, which means that you're not getting enough of the things that conduct electricity to your cells, to your DNA, for your DNA to duplicate itself and copy itself.
Oh.
So you're eating processed foods. You're eating things that contribute to you unraveling your DNA. But yo, the Lord is so dope, yo. Because the things that put it back together is things like manganese, magnesium, zinc. All these minerals will allow you to re-ravel back your DNA together and also put the telomers back together. That's how fire the Most High is.
Right.
And yo, guess how simple it is? Guess how simple it is? By these three things right here: astringents, antioxidants, and phytonutrients.
Yes, sir.
Guess what your astringents are? Lemons.
Huh.
Drinking lemon water. Pineapples. Apples.
Mangoes.
Mangoes.
Talking about the best fruit.
Mangoes. Melons.
Greatest fruit.
Melons are extremely high in phytonutrients. Let me write down some of these things that I got. Melons, right? So you have your musk melon. You have your musk melon, your horned melon.
That's not real.
It is. Look it up.
It ain't over here.
It's not, but you gotta order it.
I saw
bitter melons.
A pineapple strawberry is real.
Pineapple strawberries? No. Yeah, that's definitely spice. You have your papaya. You have your persimmons, right? And then, Shai been talking about this a lot. Your antioxidants. Your antioxidants is dope because you also have.
So blueberries is one of them.
Right? So I'm gonna try my best. I'm not the best artist out here.
That's your
Is that jawbreaker?
It's all separated. What he's doing is demonstrating the separation of what the body does. So the brain, and what he's pointing out is the body, which is the second brain. The brain does synaptic coding. This is called DNA trimming, for those who don't know. You have two brains, your gut and your actual brain. And it all connects to your perineum, which is your spinal cord.
Yes, because you need electricity to flow through completely. That's why strokes happen. That's why cancer happens. That's why disease happens. He's right. All that you need to create a clear path for flow of electricity to happen up and down your body.
Yes.
And what Shai is saying is completely correct. You have, Shai always also talks about, which we're going to get into, antioxidants. I'm going to show you what group of food is loaded with antioxidants. But before we do that, you have your nucleus, right? You have your electron and you have your proton. Proton, right? Proton. Can anybody tell me what's going on between the proton and electron?
Well, they come together to make a neutral charge.
But what's trying to attack what?
I didn't get that.
So the proton, right, is trying to get the electrical charge from the electron. And when it happens, right? When this happens, this gets knocked out of its orbit and starts attacking cells. This is also called, oops. This is also
called free radicals.
That's also called free radicals. Now, when this is bumping into cells, it causes what?
Cancer.
And you know what they act as in the body? Nuclear bombs.
Get it?
They're so bad that they're worse than having parasites in you. They kill parasites. But yo, guess why the Most High is so dope, yo? Shai is always talking about this. Guess what the hell is loaded with antioxidants?
Blueberries.
The berry family. Damn, the Lord is, yo, y'all not understand. Yo, when I really was doing digging, y'all. Now let's go into the berries. You have your blueberries. I'm sorry. I'm just trying. You have your hawthorn berries, which are good for your kidneys. When you have kidney disease and kidney damage, they're good for your kidneys.
Mango.
Mango not like that.
It's a superfood.
It is a superfood.
Thank you. Not like mango, avocado, make you look young.
It is because it's part of the melons.
Berries are the most powerful antioxidants of the fruit family.
You have your hawthorn berries. You have your grapes. Grapes and cherries, believe it or not, are also part of the berry family. You have blackberries. But guess what they do, right? Guess what they do to this right here? This is so dope, yo. It takes this behind right here. This is what berries do. They take free radicals and they put their asses back inside the cell. That yo, you don't understand, yo. That is crazy, yo. Just simple berries that causes cancer does this back to your body again? That's nuts, yo. This is loaded with phytonutrients. The only thing, you have something called H3O2. H3O2 is actually better than H2O. This is just water. Water, believe it or not, is okay. You know, your body only at one time, it takes about 4 ounces of water for every 16 ounces. So if you go completely gulp a bottle of water down, you're only really getting 4 ounces of that water, right? So this is the thing. And sometimes it can dilute minerals. So H3O2 is you get water from your fruits and your berries and by infusing key lime water, coconut water. The only thing that's more mineral dense than coconut water, believe it or not, is cucumber water. Cucumber water is the only fruit that's more dense than coconut water. Yeah, cucumber is a melon.
Isn't it one of the best hydrating?
So what's a pickle?
Yeah, and H3O2, I'm glad you said that. H3O2 actually hydrates your cells on a molecular level. It hydrates your body on a molecular level. So your body is happy, even if you put like a little bit of sea salt or Himalayan salt in your water, it goes to your cells. It hydrates the cells in your body.
I was doing that.
So H2O is cool. Drink your water, but you really want to get water by eating your melons, by eating your mangoes,
yes, sir,
and your berries.
Is that what's in your water?
Those are key limes.
Key lime is a small.
It's like a small lime. It comes with seeds in it and stuff like that. It helps with all types of stuff. Helps with blood sugar. Helps regulate. Man, it's good for a lot of things. A lot of things. Look it up. Key lime
water.
No, key lime.
No, but key lime water.
Yeah, it's like drinking lemon water. And lemons are a superfood too. Do you know that if you have fatty liver or cirrhosis of the liver, it completely cleans your liver, cleanses your liver out? Lemons. You can't tell me the Lord is not good to us here. All this information and education, when he talks about things in the scriptures, it's here for you to understand. It's here for you to understand how to heal your body. You don't want your DNA to unravel. When it starts to unravel, there's damage happening in your body. Damage like this. All these things, all these words that we hate. Just push this up here. Right? Let me show y'all. All these things. Cancer, right? Vision loss. Heart disease or dis-ease, right? You have arthritis, strokes. I'm just gonna keep. That's just a few for now, but you have respiratory disease, immune deficiency, emphysema, Parkinson's, and Alzheimer's. You have obesity, you have hair loss, you have inflammatory disease. You know what I'm saying? Like all these things happen when you allow these foods that you constantly keep eating to unravel your DNA. And they start to unravel when you have damaged telomeres. Telomeres, are the end caps that protect the chromosome, that protect the DNA from getting out of the chromosome. What are you gonna say?
So can you put lime and key lime inside the same one?
You can. Yeah, but you want to try to have
separated?
No. Just fruits with seeds in them as much as possible.
Yeah. In time for best results, you want to leave it in there for about 8 hours. And any time after that, you want to take the fruit or vegetables from out of there.
Yeah.
Once it starts going bad,
Yeah.
Like 8 hours.
Yeah. All right. But in that time, you can get some pretty good usage out of it. That's what I'll be doing. I'll be just shake it up and get right. So you also have your mitochondria. Your
biology, man.
Your mitochondria promotes power. It's where your power and energy come from. Your digestive system uses this. Energy. It yields it and it uses this energy. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen, helps this? What did you do again? Please, if you so can kindly.
I left some stuff out.
But just the things that you were saying. Can you just repeat it, please?
So you got zinc.
You got your zinc. Your what?
Magnesium.
Your magnesium.
Right.
Magnesium.
And then you also have what people don't even remember or realize is this. Gold is a mineral that conducts electricity that you also need for your DNA and your mitochondria.
So lucid dreaming and memory.
So that's the thing.
Where do you get gold from?
You could get colloidal gold. You can order that online.
Gold water. 19 keys sells gold water.
What? You can take sea moss that has minerals inside.
That has a lot of it, but you definitely want to like individualize it too.
Cool.
You know, you definitely want to, yeah.
Hey,
So go ahead.
What I didn't realize is that I was doing a lemon tea, like a whole lemon chopped into fours or whatever, 2 lemons in it, along with turmeric, cinnamon.
Yep, turmeric. Yep, cinnamon is extremely powerful, man.
Turmeric.
But when you do next time when you do turmeric, right? Put a little bit of black pepper because it bonds. Yeah.
That's in there.
Yep.
So like I do that, and that's like at least 2 or 3 of those a day. When I'm sick, and that helps to expel all the mucus.
Yeah. You gotta be careful though, because like the tea, if you do tea, echinacea, turmeric, that stuff will have your heart racing.
You have calcium, sulfur, magnesium, potassium, zinc. All these things, man, help your body. Huh?
The combination of certain herbs will make your give you high blood pressure in that short amount of time.
So we understand, right, that our body is what?
Electrical.
And the mucous membranes in your body can stop the blockage of electricity in your body, can stop the flow. Depending on how many is blocked, you may get a stroke. Depending on where it is, you may get cancer. It all depends. And by that time, this joint is almost damn near completely unraveled. And it's funny because when it's unraveled, how the hell is your DNA going to duplicate itself? The information is off the chromosomes now. How's it going to duplicate itself? Then you start aging. Then you start looking bad.
I did salt water.
It's all making sense, right? Everybody understanding?
You told me about the salt water thing. I did it for a week and I was like getting more thirstier.
You was?
Yeah, I don't know why. I did just pink Himalayan.
Pink Himalayan? Yeah. The reverse happened for me. You probably just need to put fruit in your system instead of like.
I did that with the fruit. The watermelon is the best.
Yeah.
Watermelon hydrates. Used to bring the big cups.
You know what I'm saying? So pleomorphic is when acid goes away. When acid goes away, bacteria goes away. And a lot of times when you go to the doctors, because they see a rise in bacteria, they try to give you antibacterial cream and stuff like that. That's not dealing with the root of the problem. The bacteria in your body is trying to fight off or eat the acid. So as soon as they're done eating in the acid, this is going to go away naturally on its own.
Can you talk about probiotic?
Probiotic is big.
Come on. Because when you say bacteria, it's like you said, it's healthy. Bacteria is called flora, right? But I'm saying, like, how does that fit into like what we're talking about?
Right here, the duodenum. The duodenum is basically, you have 38 trillion microbes within the duodenum. That's 70 to 80% of your whole immune system.
And that's the digestive, right?
And that's in a small pocket of your small intestine, right when it meets the large intestine. It's like a small. It's like a. If you look it up, you'll see it. But that's where your probiotic. This is where your probiotics are. In the 38 and with the 38 trillion microbes that are good bacteria that help with your immune system, which is also connected to. I got one more space to write, but your lymphatic system.
So this is why when you take a probiotic, they tell you to wait a half an hour before you eat anything else, because it's hitting that beginning portion of your small intestine before you start eating.
Yes, and then that also goes into this right here. This is very key too when you're healing.
So faster.
Yep.
So, does everybody get all of this so far? Almost not that. Right, the one that everybody gets in the group chat.
Terrible. Look at that. That's straight. Watch out. Don't put stock. That's straight. Just move to the edge.
Apayat, real quick, if you can, please pull up the that article that I sent you. It looks like a mess, but
it's all good, man.
You know, your melons are loaded with phytonutrients, your astringents, things like lemons, key limes, apple, green apple in particular. What else? Pineapples. You know, your mangoes are extremely good for you. Like, it's a mega superfood.
So I got a question about that, because like pineapples, they're very good for you, but they're also very acidic if you eat too much.
Yeah, but what needs to happen, right, is, you know why it's acidic? Because your lymphatic system is backed up. You need to do a lymphatic cleanse. You need to do a lymphatic cleanse, yo. And acidity is gonna, your body is gonna tolerate the acidity of it. Of course, you shouldn't eat it too much, but it's a superfood, which means that anything that's a superfood, anything that's an astringent, an antioxidant, phytonutrient, but it's also alkaline in your body, what it's doing to your cells is it's cleaning it. That's actually what's happening. It's cleaning your cells. So every time you eat pineapple or berries, and another thing that berries do is it brings oxygen come straight to the brain. Straight to the brain. So literally, berries make you smarter, literally, as opposed to all the other things that they're good for as well. But those things, when you eat pineapples, you say, yo, like your body will feel it. It'll thank you for it because things are happening on a molecular level. I keep saying that. It's annoying me, but I have just to explain it, you know.
I'm an advocate for blueberries.
No.
So,
but yeah.
As well.
Shai, can you please read? So fasting is very key element in healing. Some people are able to do just water fast. Other people they are diabetic or they have certain ailments where they need to take meds and things of that nature or eat. And for that, you would prescribe them fruits to go on a fruit fast, fruit and veggie fast. You know, avocado and bananas are good for you, but when you're cleansing, it's not good for you. When you're cleansing, it's not good for you. But go ahead, read. Just not that part. Go down a little bit. Let's say day 3 to 5. But now, yeah, you can start at stage 1 and 2. No, stage 1 yet. Yup, bang.
Stage 1. Stage 1 through 2. Oh, lock it. Day 1 through 2. Stage 1 lasts for the first couple of days of the fast, or about 12 to 48 hours from your last meal. Usually, it is a good idea to put some planning and preparation to how and when you will start a fast. Try selecting a start date and time, and then make preparations in your schedule for the duration of your fast. How you feel? Hungry. This stage is when your body transitions into fasting mode, and for many people, it's the most challenging part of their fast. This stage is where you start to feel the hunger pangs as you skip your regular mealtime routine. Most first-time fasters start to feel a reduction in their energy levels.
Just skip down to several things happen. That's what I wanted.
Several things happen. So this is at the what's happening with your body battery save mode. Several things happen at the cellular level that cause hunger and fatigue during the first stage. When you're eating regularly, your body breaks down glucose to get the energy it needs to function properly. While you're fasting, your body needs to produce sugar for energy. So it begins a process called gluconeogenesis. During gluconeogenesis, your liver converts non-carbohydrate materials like a lactate, amino acids, and fats into glucose. As your body goes into battery save mode, your basal metabolic rate, or BMR, becomes more efficient and uses less energy. This power-saving process includes lowering your heart rate and blood pressure. At this stage, you may feel drained. However, if you stick it out for a little longer, some of that lost energy will return.
We go down to stage 2. Watch what happens on stage 2 in your body. What's happening? Yeah, what's happening with your body?
What's happening with your body? Fat burning mode. When you consume a typical diet of carbohydrate-rich foods, your body breaks down sugars and starches into glucose. Glucose is a primary source of energy for the body. However, when you fast or go into ketosis, glucose becomes limited, and your body must turn to fat stores for the energy it requires.
So when you lose weight, right, from fasting, it's actually because your body's burning fat off. It's not burning muscle. Your body actually needs muscle to survive. This is this picking something up. Like, you need muscle to move things, to move around and things of that nature. It's actually the fat that you're losing and the water weight. Go ahead.
Your body breaks fat down into glycerol and fatty acids. The liver synthesizes ketones using glycerol. The glycerol is broken down by the liver for additional glucose, and finally, those ketones are used by your brain as glucose becomes less available.
Weight loss and cleansing.
Benefits. Burning fat has several benefits for your health. The first being weight loss. Ketosis is a predictable way to target fat stores that otherwise remain untouched even with a healthy lifestyle. Additionally, getting rid of that extra fat has a detoxifying effect on the body. Has a detoxifying effect on the body.
Watch what happens.
Your body's natural defenses uses fat stores to store toxic metals and other toxins so they can't wreak havoc on your system. However, during ketosis, these toxic metals and toxins are safely expelled from your body.
Are what?
Are safely expelled from your body.
So it's holding it. You're not allowing your body to rest. You're eating 3 times a day, 2 times a day, 4 times a day. When you start to fast, your body's like, oh, the coast is clear. Now I can start working. Now I can start cleaning my cells. Now I can start ridding myself of the things that I've been holding in my body. Word. Let me do that. Go ahead.
These toxic metals and toxins are safely expelled from your body as fat reserves get used up. This cleansing effect may temporarily alter some people's complexion.
Right, because that's another thing. Metals, they alter your complexion. You may have dark spots on your skin or whatever the case may be. It alleviates your skin and makes your skin rejuvenated. Right?
Or cause other signs of a healing crisis.
Let's get it. My favorite, stage 3. Those are for the goats.
Stage 3 typically falls between day 8 and 15.
Stop. What's happening in your body? Watch this.
It says the video cut off.
Stop. Man.
Come on, could you check the YouTube for me real quick?
Yeah, I got you. It doesn't say it's cut off for me. I'm on YouTube.
Refresh your pages, please.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, Android.
It's on it?
It's still on?
Yeah.
It's not on it?
Y'all are not move. Oh, y'all are moving.
Yeah,
you good.
Refresh your pages and fix your connection. Water. What's happening with your body? Healing mode.
Healing mode. So when you get to day 8 through 15, for anybody who's ever fasted 10 days.
During stage 3, your body starts to enter into a healing mode. This healing process begins as your digestive system takes a rest from the common stressors and toxins as it endures on a daily basis. As a result, your body has fewer free radicals entering the mix, and oxidative stress decreases. On the flip side, fasting causes a stress that provides an added benefit. This is a kind of mild stress that is comparable to the stress caused by exercise.
So I just want to say, right, during this time, whatever you have, so if it was cancer, whatever the case may be, that's when the body is starving these things out, right? And so you would have casquera sagrada, or I forgot the other one, something negro, you know what I'm saying? The herb, it's hard to say that first one. It starts with a C though. Those types of herbs. You have mullein. If you're doing, if you're trying to cleanse yourself of asthma, you know what I'm saying? Mullein helps with asthma. You know, you'd have to be doing high intensity interval training, something that spikes up your heartbeat and makes you gas and breathe for air, and then have mullein. Those things would heal your body if you're on a fast. You know, water fast, fruit and veggie fast, or just a fruit fast. You know what I'm saying? You'll be getting your astringents, which also help while you're fasting to clean your cells, to clean your body, to get rid of the toxins that's in your body. You know what I'm saying? Then you have your antioxidants, which is putting the free radicals back in jail, back in the system that it's supposed to be in. And it's also bringing oxygen to your brain. And then you have your phytonutrients, which is giving power to your mitochondria, but it's also giving you the minerals that your body needs to be the conduit to make your DNA and your chromosomes and all of that act and be how it's supposed to be in your body, while it's starving out the dis-ease in your body. So that time you would be drinking herbal tea or whatever the case may be, because the herbal tea will also like boost up the starvation and get rid of the disease that your body's going through, or STD or whatever you're trying to get rid of. Con?
Quick question. You might have said it when I was are we talking about when we get into the 8 and 15 days, like absolute, like there's no eating, no drinking?
No, you could so healing, like some people, they might need to eat depending on what ailment that they have. You know, it's recommended to do the best way and the fastest way to get rid of diseases is water fasting. You know what I'm saying? And if you can, in the water fasting, have like a dry fast day, you know, every now and again. You know what I'm saying? But then you have your fruit fast or your fruit and vegetable fast with water. You know what I'm saying? That's how you get rid of that. You know, so, but the whole point is to make sure when you're eating, what is the food doing to you? You know what I'm saying? What is this food going to do for me? You know, like, is it going to just come, like, you know, and come into my body, and then I just don't benefit from it at all? You know what I'm saying? Or is it going to feed me? Is it going to, you know, on a molecular level, is it going to continue to be the conduit that I need in order for my body to thrive? You know what I'm saying?
So pleasure versus purpose. Right.
You know, Apaya, if you can, so kindly, just pull up that video. So I'm not going to go too much of the video. Everybody following me so far?
Shamak, does that apply to intermittent fasting also?
Yeah, intermittent fasting is really good, but the only thing about that is it's all about what you're eating. Like your body, because you could play on it. Like you could tell your body, yeah, we're intermittent fasting, but then if you give your body a burger with fries and a shake, it's gonna go, okay, the next time I don't know what we're gonna eat, so I'm gonna hold on to the burger fat. I'm gonna hold on to the shake. But if you give yourself like a nice lamb chop with some quinoa or a nice lamb chop with some salad on the side, your body's like, word, thank you, good looks. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you're feeding your cells, you're continuously with that conduit that's gonna allow electrical charge to go all throughout your body. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you would got. It's all about what you eat. Intermittent fasting is great for you, but it's about what you eat with it.
Yeah, also I wanted to add to what you just said. To him, when your body goes into that starvation mode and you eat those type of food, your body stores that. It
stores it. That's what I'm saying.
So that's when you start getting fat. You see most times.
Yeah, he's like, damn, I'm intermittent fasting. What's going on?
Right? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Nah, it's because it's stored.
I did that before. Yeah. 8 weeks and I paid for it.
Yeah.
At 2:30.
You know how I was cheating at? I was cheating at by intermittent fasting and doing my workouts while I was fasted. So that if I ate something that wasn't so good, my body would at least just like tear it up.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, and I get what you're saying.
You know what I mean? But that's a cheat code. Yeah. But you should refuel properly.
Right. Jump to 11 minutes. Jump to 11 minutes. If you can, is that on? He's one of the.
What a chromosome is, a chromosome. Chromosome is an entire chain of DNA stabilizing protein. So when you think about DNA, remember that I said DNA stands for deoxyribonucleic acid. DNA is literally the blueprint to the cells. You have a DNA for your nose, you have DNA that make up your eyes, you have DNA that make up your fingernails, you have DNA that make up your pigmentation, you have DNA and genes that tell you the color of your eyes, how short you're gonna be, how tall you're gonna be. All of this is genes. These genes are wrapped up in what you would call strings or strands. These strands are wrapped up and combined in proteins. These proteins, when they combine themselves into a structure, we call it DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid. And the crazy part about it, when you break down DNA, like I broke down yesterday for y'all, DNA is made of amino acids, but it's stuck together by what you would call minerals. And then these minerals stick these amino acids together. And guess what the backbone of the DNA is? Sugar, showing you the three essential things we need to live a life of homeostasis. We need sugar. Sugar is carbon. Carbon is actually alkaline. Carbon is alkaline, family. You see that? Now, if they bleach it and turn the sugar into bleach white flour, bleach white sugar, and oxidize it and stuff like that, of course, it's going to have an acidic nature to it. But sugar is alkaline. Carbon is alkaline. Sugar, carbon, and melanin are the same things. Then you have amino acids that makes up the DNA. That is acidic. Then you have minerals. These minerals are mixed with cations and anions, meaning you have alkaline minerals and you actually have mucus acidic forming minerals as well. So we see that the body is always balanced. It's a mixture between acidity and it's a mixture between alkaline. All right. Now check out all of this stuff right here. So we see that the body make chromosomes. These chromosomes is DNA. So DNA is wrapped around these chromosomes, y'all. DNA is wrapped around these chromosomes. All right. Now, when you unravel a chromosome, you start seeing something called histines. And these are histines right here. And you see the information is being unraveled, right? And then you have timelines or time capsules within inside of the DNA that's packed with more information called histines. Okay. So we see that this is the chromosome. The chromosome is being unraveled. The histine is being revealed. We see
that, you know what I'm saying? And he'll go into it too. Like, you know, he's definitely a master healer. He allowed me to, you know, further my research on what he was talking about. But this guy, man, he's powerful. If you're gonna watch him, you know, he does have a website with a lot of things on it that can help your whole body. But if you're gonna watch him, he goes off. You know, he is only good. I'm gonna put this out there right now. He is only good for healing. He starts talking about stuff like how the 10 Commandments is really inside your body. No, please, if you're gonna watch him, he's just good for healing. He's definitely a 100% master healer when it comes to healing. All that other stuff,
his doctrine is off.
Completely off. You know what I'm saying? Talks about peace to the earth, peace to no. Stop playing, yo. You know what I'm saying? But that was it. That was it. Hopefully everybody got edified, man. And there's a lot more that I could have brought out, but I don't, you know, y'all know me. You know what I'm saying? So I'll probably just do like a part 2, something like that. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot more information, but hopefully what I went over, you know what I'm saying, kind of made healing and understanding healing a little bit simpler for everybody. You know what I'm saying?
God. Right. Just want to try.
Yeah, I can't. You know, I seen that. I was like, nah, no. Yo, I said, go too. I said, nah, chill. Part 2, don't force it.
Right.
Let me ready, bro.
Well, Punya Hakodam. Psalm 6. O Lord, rebuke me not in thine anger, neither chasten me in thy hot displeasure. Have mercy upon me, O power, for I am weak. O Lord, heal me, for my bones are vexed. My soul is also sore vexed, but thou, O Lord, how long? Return, O Lord, deliver my soul, O save me for thy mercy's sake. For in death there is no remembrance of thee. In the grave, who shall give thee thanks? I am weary with my groaning. All the night make I my bed to swim. I water my couch with my tears. Mine eye is consumed because of grief. It waxeth old because of all mine enemies. Depart from me, all ye workers of iniquity, for the Lord hath heard the voice of my weeping. The Lord hath heard my supplication. The Lord will receive my prayer. Let all my enemies be ashamed and sore vexed. Let them return and be ashamed suddenly. In the name of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, the word of the Yad, Aman.
Aman. Abajam Shabbat. Abajam. Hurrah. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Brakatah.
Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Brakatah.
Ayo, Shalom.